What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and on this video it is going to be a trade recap on today's trade. I have not made a video in 6 days, right? So on Thursday I ended up break even. On Friday I ended up break even as well, right? So today was finally the day that I ended up winning the trade, making me green on the month, and I caught a 1 or 2 as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on this trade recap. Make sure to subscribe as well. Okay, so let's go to ES. All right, so this right here is the trade on ES. I took this trade on the S&P or MES, whatever you want to call it, right? It's the same thing. All right, so first things first is, right, I want to go to the higher time frames. All right, that's what I want to go do. Right, as you guys can see here on the ES, we were on all-time highs, right? But all of a sudden we are rejecting. Okay, so now we're gonna starting to push down, right? We go to the higher time frames. On the 4-hour, we are bullish. Right, in the 1-hour, we are bullish, right? Let me replay this as well. All right, so right here, as you guys can see, we are bullish. We go to the higher time frames, right? Now we scale down to the 5-minute. Okay, so now let's just go whenever market open. Okay, so this right here, it is London Sessions low. All right, this is London Sessions low. Okay, it bounced off of London Sessions low, grabbing liquidity. Boom, as you guys can see right there. And now what I was looking for was either a 13 EMA breakout or basically just a demand zone creating and then push back up, right? So now let's just wait to see what happens. All right, a lot of people ended up taking this candle right here for a 13 EMA breakout to the upside, right? I did not end up taking this trade just because I knew that we were going to have to come back down and fill in this gap because there is a 5-minute supply zone right here, but I was just not trusting this candle because first of all, it is there's a supply zone right there. What's it called? It is a strong momentum candle to the upside. I just did not trust it. I knew that it was gonna have to come back and retrace and at least fill in this gap, which ended up doing. It did go up, as you guys can see here, and then boom, just like that, one single candle ended up covering the whole gap. Went down some more, but as you guys can see here, this right here, this supply zone did ended up getting disrespected, but then it did have the push to the downside, right? But like I said, I did not take this trade. What I was looking for was basically a 13 EMA breakout to the upside, right? Which I did get. I did not enter because I was waiting for the retracement and then rejecting back up, and then I would have taken the buy right here, stop loss down here, right? But that did not ended up doing. The candle ended up closing like this, so I did not take the trade. I waited for the next candle, which I got right here. Now this one, in my opinion, looked a little bit better because right here we did have a good rejection, right, going back up, and then this one single candle closed above the 13, the 50, and the 200, right? So I had my stop loss down here and I was going for a 1 to 2, okay, just like that. But I entered a little bit earlier, so it was like right there, and this was my 1 to 2 right here. Okay, I marked up London Sessions high. I also marked up Asia Sessions high. All right, now let's see what ends up happening. Okay, as you guys can see here, once these two candles ended up tapping London and Asia, I was tempted to just leave the trade because it was respecting off the highs, right? It was respecting their highs. It was having good rejection to go to the downside. I think we even have a downside candle right there, right? I was still holding, had my stop loss at break even, and then we had a good momentum candle to the upside, waking me at a 1 or 2, right? And as you guys can see here, it would have been better if the candle would have closed above these the Asia session and London sessions high on the 5-minute, which did not end up happening. Came back down and then rejected, and then that is when or we did have a candle close above, but then it started dumping, as you guys can see right there, right? We did have a 1 hour supply as well, so that may be the reason why it also dumped, because if we go to NQ reached the all-time highs, right? As you guys can see here, it was pumping like crazy. Gold, I did have a trade in mind on gold. I had this 5-minute supply right here, and I would have entered off of break of the candle or 13 EMA breakout, which did not end up happening because I don't know, for some reason gold was not letting me sell or trade it, something with my broker, and I had to contact them. I did not want to do that at the moment, so I just traded the S&P and ended up winning. But yeah, that is gonna be it for this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.